There was a miracle creature that was sent to the Holy Prophet called the Burak, which was a winged horse in which he traveled by. He traveled with the Burak specifically from Mecca to Palestine. When he is physically in Palestine, the Miraj begins, and then Rasulullah enters into a completely different dimension. It was here where he began to travel through different skies and different heavens, meeting different saints and prophets. Jibreel was guiding him through this journey, and Rasulullah was now seeing the unseen world. He sees the gatekeeper of hell and asks Jibreel about him and all the angels around him. He sees a figure sitting down on his own with his shoulders drawn forward and his head bent, looking sad, not looking left or right. The Prophet asks Jibreel, "Who is this?" And he replies, "This is Malik al-Maut." The Prophet walks towards it and greets him. The angel looks up and greets the Prophet back. The Prophet asks the angel of death and what is happening, what he is seeing and what he is doing. Malik al-Maut said, "All day, all dunya, all of the world and the universe is like my hand, a coin in the hand of a man. I see it in all its sides, and I see all the people, and I see the way they live their lives, and I visit each house 5 times a day, and I constantly take from these people their souls, and I notice the people around them and how they cry and how they grieve, and I tell them, don't cry because each and every single one of you will meet me eventually." Jibreel then takes Rasulullah through the heavens, and he sees the rivers of Kawthar. He then goes and bathes and does ghusl in it. As they start piercing through the veils, Jibreel says, "O Prophet of God, I can't go forward anymore." Then the Prophet carries on by himself through the veils, where the light becomes more and more powerful that he himself becomes so overtaken and overpowered by this light. He then reaches Sidrat al-Muntaha. Here there is nothing except Rasulullah and Allah. It is said that he was so close that it was even closer than 2 bows' length. No one has ever been this close to Allah. The Prophet says to Allah, melting, "Ya Allah, you gave Musa the gift to speak to you, and you gave Ibrahim the station of being your friend. And what do you give me?" Allah here speaks directly to Rasulullah and says, "I speak to you as I spoke to Musa, and I have taken you as a friend as I took Ibrahim, but I'm going to give you what I have not given to any prophet before you. I have given you the Fatiha, and I have given you the end of this Quran, and this greatest miracle, and I have given you the earth, and that your descendants will also lead after you." The Prophet then goes back to earth and takes the Burak back to Mecca.